Live, aren't we?
Good
I
morning, good
believe we're live.
afternoon, depending on where you're at. Hello and welcome.
This is the Animation Mentor. We're live. We're doing our, well, I mean, used to be just Facebook Live we were doing, but now there's a lot more to talk about, right? A lot more things that we're being broadcast on, right? Including what? LinkedIn, YouTube,
And Facebook,
Facebook. Yeah.
the great
So,
three.
yeah, the great three. So that's what we're doing. My name is Tim. I'm a student success coach here at Animation Mentor.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, how's it going?
My name's Mars. I am also a student success coach here at Animation Mentor. And we're doing this Facebook, or see, I'm used to saying Facebook Live. I got to train myself.
Right.
We are doing this live event across multiple platforms to answer questions that you may have about our school. If you don't know, Animation Mentor is an online animation school, the very first online animation school, specializing in teaching 3D character animation and a lot more. We cover
Yes.
2D animation, creature animation, game animation, storyboarding, all kinds of stuff. So
Yep.
we're going to be here to answer questions. And I love to start off by asking where people are from.
We
Where are
got
you from, Tim?
Rudra checking. I am currently in Fairfield, California, which is probably
Bear
about
Country?
20. Yeah, Bear Country is what they call it. We're about 25 miles outside of Emeryville, which is actually where Animation Mentor headquarters is, which is also a couple blocks away is Pixar from there.
Right,
So
right.
sort of that's where we are. Jess is checking in. What's up, Jess?
Welcome,
Where are you?
Jess.
Where are you hanging out at, Mars?
San Diego.
Nice. No, you're not.
No, me? Oh, me.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant Jess
Wait
because
a
you had
minute.
said
You didn't
Jess.
tell me you're coming.
No, I am hanging out in the greater Cleveland area, just outside of Cleveland, sort of northeast Ohio here,
In
and
the O.
in the big O here in the Midwest. It is a beautiful day here, actually. Really nice. We've
Very
got
nice. I'm
Kathmandu, Nepal,
Wow, nice.
and
Toronto.
that's
Cool.
Toronto. All right across the lake from me. Um,
That's true.
that's it's one of the things I love about our school too, is seeing where people are from. And look at this. We can see people from YouTube, Facebook.
Dude.
Haven't seen anyone
Yeah.
from LinkedIn just yet, but it's
Checking
cool.
in. Is that
Um,
Janos from Hungary? Hopefully I pronounced that correctly.
it's good. That was good. Toth.
I thought so. It's
You know
not
what?
bad.
I've got a friend with the same last name, Toth. Oh, look. And we've got Confused Mari's back.
Nice.
They were here last time.
Yeah. Hopefully a little less confused.
And we'll clear things up if you're a little confused. From Iraq.
Hamza.
Very different.
Yeah.
Cool.
Wow.
And you know what? One of my favorite terms that you coined, Tim, that I heard was you called our community the international nation.
Yeah.
What do you call
Yeah.
it?
United Nation of
United
Animation.
Nations of Animation. That's what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's such
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
great term.
I don't know if we
T-
should trademark that. I'm thinking we should.
it's pretty good.
Yeah. It's not bad.
So yeah, lots
Cool.
lots of and look at Jess. So cool. I love it. It's across all these platforms. So
Turn them all on at the same time.
yeah, that's what
You
we
know what I
did.
mean? Yeah, just run them
we
all.
we
See what
did
it
them
looks
all
like.
at the same time.
Oh, Cleve. Cleve checking in. What's up, Cleve? Nice.
Oh, nice, nice.
So what from Kenya as well. Wow.
All right, and right off the bat here, Janos is. Can I have a question?
Please do.
Absolutely. That's what we're here for. We're definitely going to be talking about some things that are going on in terms of applications and what are the requirements, admissions requirements, stuff like that. But we're here to answer questions. So go ahead. Please feel free. Anytime we'll take a look at these. We can see everything
Bring it.
kind of coming
Bring
through
it.
and highlight questions as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Um,
Hey, do you guys recognize the our virtual background?
oh
Anybody?
yeah, what's going on there?
Who's got that? Who's got their finger on the pulse of what that background is? Come on, somebody's got to have it.
Somebody's got it right.
Yeah, I guarantee it. Hollywood in the background, don't cheat. You can't.
She knows.
Somebody's got it.
All right, we got somebody in A04,
Wow.
Intro to Acting.
Man,
Nice.
that's good class.
That's a
Good
great
class.
class.
You can almost see the finish line from ANO4.
And that's a tough one.
Which
Yeah.
is that I was gonna say, because that finish line is actually the starting line for the
Right.
second leg of that race.
Yeah, yeah. Like Clef and Confused Mari, they got it. Up.
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
Perfect.
You got it.
So yeah, we do have a lot of stuff going on. So yeah, hopefully we get some questions coming through. But yeah, we have a lot of stuff going on. Summer term is right around the corner, right?
Right around
That's
the corner.
happening.
Yep.
June 27th, right? And right now I think we've got hey, Kenzie checking in. Right now we've got golly, what do we got? Like 84 students registered, which is insane. So there's not a lot, of spots left now,
Right.
you know, some great
It's
mentors, but
filling
they're
up.
really starting to run out. And there's like a ton of people in our Maya workshop for the first timers that are just sort of diving in and learning how to use the software. We're finding out more about the fantastic graph editor in there as well.
That's
So
right.
that, you know what I mean? They're diving into that. Most of them are sort of preparing for that summer term that's going to be kicking off on June 27th. And then we're also taking applications now for all of our fall
The
students as
fall
well,
term,
which is
it's
beautiful
crazy.
because it starts
Yeah.
right around my birthday.
That's,
So I'm
I
just
mean,
saying, right?
it's it's the
What better?
biggest term of the year and the biggest celebration of the year.
It's all of those things sort of rolled up into one, right? So that September 26th is when that one's going to be kicking off. So
Nice, nice.
lots of time for that, and there's actually quite a few opportunities to take the Maya workshop before, and even Cleve. Cleve says the workshop saved him before he got into class one.
Yeah. I gotta say
Um,
too, Griffin Mitchell's visiting us from LinkedIn. It's the first comment that I saw from LinkedIn, so that's good. We were experimenting. We weren't 100% sure, just because the LinkedIn Live was a little bit new. So that was great
yeah,
to great to see you here, Griffin. Thanks for stopping by. And up is
yeah.
absolutely correct.
Does he get something for being the first timer? Just a round of applause for being LinkedIn first. We give him that. Come
You're
on.
we're LinkedIn.
Right, right, right. Yeah.
But yeah, that Maya workshop, you know what? I have talked to several students who have, thanked me that I had mentioned that before they jumped into that first class in the character animation program. Anim 01, or animation basics is what I was trying to say. And yeah, it's so true. It totally prepares you. It
Yeah.
really makes sure that you have the basics down, not necessarily the basics of animation, but the basics of Maya. We want you to really know and understand the basics of the software. That way, when you do get into AN01, you can really focus in on the 12 principles of animation. So,
Hit the ground with your feet running,
right?
basically is what you're squirrel hopping,
Or your squirrel
whatever,
hopping.
depending on where you're at. And all you Maya workshop people will kind of laugh at that, maybe,
Squirrels.
potentially. Squirrel. So yeah. So now when students, because I know that there's people that are in this thread right now that are, putting chats in here that already students here, but for people that are coming in, if I'm applying to the school, right, what's the process, right? What do I do when I'm actually submitting an application to the school? Walk me through, what am I looking at?
Yeah, good question. So, one of the first things I talk to students is, sort of our basic admissions requirements. So, you do need to
Yeah,
be at least 18, high school graduate or equivalent, depending on what country you're from. So, that's very important. We have seen an influx of younger students, which we love. We love that our younger than 18 students are interested in Animation Mentor. And I get the question all the time, why do I have to be 18? And so I like to tell people this is a college level online animation school. So it is very
yep,
important that you've, completed your, secondary school studies. So that's an important part of things. But you do need to fill out an application. So, and the application, we have two different types of classes. We have workshops, which you do not need to apply for. You can just jump into a
correct.
workshop, but it's still good to talk to either Tim or myself to make sure that you're in the right one, because I have had some students too say, "Well, I want to do the creatures
Yeah, we're doing
workshop."
creatures in Maya.
Yeah, right.
Man, I
And
don't
and we
know.
just want to make sure that you're ready, because there are some advanced workshops as well. But yeah, so you don't need to apply for the workshops, but for the 18-month character animation program, you do need to submit an application. So the application's pretty easy for the most part, just consists of your contact information, things like that, and then also there is an essay. So you do need to write a short essay, and I don't want to say short and limit you. If you do
Right, right, right.
feel like writing, 5 pages, we've had a couple of those in
We
there,
love them.
but animation's all about storytelling, right?
Yeah,
So, writing about why you want to become an animator is really important. And we read it. Tim and I read every single application that comes through, and we evaluate them. And we want to see if you're the right fit. If you're going to be a great student, if this is something that you're serious about, versus I think animation's cool,
yeah, right,
or
right.
this is.
I want to be a famous YouTuber.
Oh, that's another one. Yeah,
That's cool,
that's
but
cool too, but we want to hear a little bit more. So that's
yeah,
an important part of the application process, is the essay.
yeah. Now, if on top of that, if you're somebody that already has prior experience with animation, and maybe
Right.
you might be able to, say to yourself, "Golly, I think I can bypass this animation basics class." It's all about the principles of animation. If you do, or if you are in sort of that that area where you feel like you have some experience, then what you do is you do the same application that Mars just mentioned, but you check a little box that says, hey, I'd like to apply for advanced placement. Then they give you an opportunity to add your demo reel into that application. And then what we do is when we receive that, we'll send it over to one of our mentors. We'll have one of our mentors review your reel. They'll come back with, feedback on what they saw with the shot that you submitted. And then they will recommend the class that you should be starting off with while you're attending Animation Mentor. So pretty basic. And look at that. Okay, we just answered Confused Mari's, which was advanced placement. That was exactly it. And that's kind of where we're at with that. So
Hey, Koshik. Just got to say hi to Koshik real quick.
Nice. And we do have, and thank you, Hollywood, for answering the question on there as well with, I forgot who that was. Oh, it was Janos about being around for the next 5 years. Oh, yeah. There we go. Yeah.
Good question.
We'll be here.
Yeah, I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, most definitely. What else do we got going on? That's kind of cool. Right.
Well, applications. Not applications, but workshops. A lot of students are taking a look at workshops that are coming up in the summer term. So I had mentioned there's a variety of different workshops. Tim, what are some of the coolest workshops that we have coming up?
So on June 27th, we've got our 6-week workshops and our 12-week workshops that are also kicking off at that point in time as well. With our 12-week workshops, we're running our modeling courses, which are amazing. Some of the work that's coming out of our modeling workshops using ZBrush and Maya with Hong Chang that's teaching those courses. It's just killer, the stuff that they're running in there.
It's really
also good. Running on June 27th, there are our other 2 12-week workshops, which are our creatures workshop. One of them is our fight or flight, and then the other one is our locomotion workshop. Both of those starting off. A lot of times you get alumni that are taking those particular courses because you get a sweet alumni discount by taking those courses. So if you get through class 6, you can drop in and actually do those particular workshops. Also kicking off for all of our 6-week workshops as well. Maya, 2D animation, previs, viz dev. I know these are like abbreviated terms for those. Golly, what else? Oh, our digital painting with Justin
Digital
Owens.
painting?
Dude, who can forget that, right? So there's a lot of them going on for the June 27th offering, which is cool. Oh, Confused Mari. Yeah. We do that. Prior to, the whole COVID thing, we always did our graduation ceremonies in person. It's hard for people coming out of other countries to secure visas, and it's expensive to do that. And so over the past couple of years, we sort of switched over to a little bit more of, like you said, like a Zoom format. Man, it has become wildly popular because now everybody's relatives are, sort of able to attend if they RSVP. And there's a lot more attendance going on. Some awesome guest speakers and commencement speakers.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Megan Nicole Dong that did the last one.
So amazing.
It was amazing. So yes, we do have graduation ceremonies for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I think with the Zoom format, we are able to bring in some really stellar, commencement speakers who might not have been able to make it in person as well. So I think that's really awesome. Cool. What else we got?
Now, Cleef's asking a question. I don't know, Cleef Frederic plans on taking a short break after class 2 for some work. Will I be able to come back with advanced placement for class 4 or 5? Now, you can. But to go from class 2 to sort of up your level up to class 4 or 5 with a demo reel is going to be tough. I'm going to tell you that because the leap from class 3 to class 4 is a hefty leap to go from, advanced body mechanics where the characters are not speaking, right? They don't have dialogue with each other into intro to acting, where now I'm working with multi-character animation shots, but now the characters are also speaking. Right. And having dialogue. And so there's a big leap. So if you do that, and this has been done before, well, somebody will come in with their demo reel after they've taken a break. You can totally do that if you want to do that, Cleve. But you'd have to submit like a regular application to the school one more time with your demo reel link in there. And then again, once we send that over to one of our mentors, they review it, then they come back with a recommendation and free feedback.
Yeah. Cool. Great question.
Yep.
Cool.
What else do we've got popping?
Do you want to talk a little bit about WIA? I can bring that up.
Yeah, which is great because actually what's really cool is Cleve is actually on the WIA leadership team as well. Now, WIA, if you don't know, is Women in Animation, and it's basically an organization, worldwide organization, that's sort of set in place to sort of even out the playing field between men and women in the animation industry. And so
Hmm. Hmm.
we started a student club with women in animation not too long ago. I think we're up to about 100 and close to 130 members right now, for the
Nice.
student club.
That's
And we've
awesome.
got a really cool event coming up. You do have to be a student of Animation Mentor and or a member of the not only WIA themselves, but the Women in Animation Student Club here at the school. But on Sunday, the 22nd, we've got two wonderful animators that are going to be joining for a webinar on what it's like to be a woman in the animation industry. One of them is an animator over at Pixar, Kimberly Allen Todarian, and then the other one is a senior animator over at Rodeo FX. One of them works in television animation, so it's sort of a turn and burn style animation where every week, right, they're producing new content, where Kimberly's a little bit more of feature film style animation. Both of them are going to speak to our student body about being a woman in the animation industry and some of the hurdles that they went over to get to the positions that they're at. Cool thing is, both of them attended Animation Mentor, and look at them, they're both working in the industry doing their thing. So this should be a really, really cool event for anybody that's interested in checking it out. If you're a student, obviously, of Animation Mentor and want to join the club, because you can support even if you don't feel like, well, I can't jump into this club because I'm not a woman, right? You don't have to be. If you want to support the cause, please jump in with Women in Animation. It's a great cause to be a part of.
That's awesome. Thanks for
Yeah.
sharing, Tim. We
Yep.
got a few questions that popped up here, and let's see. I wanted to go back just to make sure I captured everything. Oh, there was this one here. This was from Mochi Lama.
Nice.
Just out of curiosity, does Animation Mentor provide internship opportunities to students? Great question. So, Animation Mentor ourselves, we do not provide any internships. However, we do have a really awesome job board that has an entire internship section. We also do announce internships that are happening at major studios, and so a lot of our students, as they're building their skills here and building their demo reels, usually have a great chance at landing an internship, in their journey along here.
Yeah.
Cool. So that was
Yeah.
that one. And then let's see.
A lot of good
Confused.
ones there.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
questions are coming in. And Confused Mari had another one for classes that are sold out. Are there wait lists? So we don't have official wait lists, and classes do sell out quick because we have relatively small class sizes of a maximum of 9 students, and we really like to honor that because as a student, wouldn't you appreciate
Yeah.
having that small class size? And um,
Look at
yeah,
that guy,
exactly.
Sir Wade, checking in.
Sir Wade's here. Nice. I got to pop his comment up here. Let me see here.
Boom. Sir
Where
Wade.
is there's a lot of comments now.
Wade, shouldn't you be working right now? But you're hanging out with us. I appreciate
There
it.
he is.
We
There he
love
is.
you. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Seen some
Very
cool new
cool.
videos from Sir Wade. Got to check
Yeah,
out his
man. Oh,
channel.
man, there's some really good videos that he's putting up right now. So we appreciate that quite a bit. Hey, Robert Goodnight checking in as well. I know Robert. And of course, Chris. Chris actually just made a great comment maybe a week ago. I think he just joined up with Women in Animation as well. So
I saw
we're
that.
glad to
Yeah.
have you in there as well. So thanks a lot, man. Cool. Let me see here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the good question right there. Are the classes strictly Maya? Do you offer Cinema 4D classes? I've taken the AM class many years ago, but it didn't work out for me. Yeah, it is, for the most part, it is Maya. But have we had students use other
Hmm.
software while they're attending AM? For sure, right? They most definitely have. The only downfall to doing that is, our character rigs are, they're Maya. And so you'd have to supply your own character rigs in order to be able to use other software applications with us.
Right.
But it has been done in the past, so I wouldn't let that sway you.
Cool. Got another one here. From Chizyapo. Hello from Zambia. I
Oh,
had 2 questions. First, are classes particular to a software, Maya, or the freedom to use others like Blender? So we just kind of answered that question.
very
Perfect.
cool. Two for one.
Yep, yep, right. And second, how to handle classes with university students. So I think that's a great question because I would say at least more than half of our students are attending classes at other colleges or universities or working part time or even full time, and a lot of our students have their own families as well. So I think this works out particularly particularly well because you're just taking one class per term for the most part, so it does
Yeah,
work pretty well. You can take more than one class, but I generally recommend, especially for your first class here, that you take one class per term. But yeah, it
agreed.
works particularly well.
Yeah. And one of the cool things is also is that if you are, a first time student coming into Animation Mentor, and you've never used Maya before and taken that workshop as a thing, maybe you're started looking on the Maya, Autodesk website and you're like, oh my God, this is kind of, pricey to get this software. Being a student animation mentor also means that you are eligible to download the educational licensed Maya software for free
Right.
for a year. So that's a cool thing about that. And even if you were in class with us, and your year expires, that's okay. We've got a Maya licensed server at the school, so you'll
hmm
still be able to use Maya for free with us, no matter what, which is kind of cool. Cool.
And follow-up question from Chiziapo. They might be interested in taking classes, but might be busy with uni work as well. Do you consider that, or is it up to the individual? It's definitely up to you, but
Yeah.
what we do is we have conversations with every single applicant around the world. And that's an important question that I like to ask to applicants. What are you doing with your time these days? How are you utilizing your time? Are you ready to dedicate anywhere from 10 to 20 hours as a minimum, weekly to really dedicate to this program? So
Yeah.
it does come down to time management. Our classes are pretty intense. You
Yeah.
definitely want to have the time to do it. This isn't something where you just do a little bit of animation on Saturday and call it a week.
Right.
You
Right. Yeah. I
you
mean,
got to.
on that video that Sir Wade did when he's interviewing Madison Irwin,
Oh,
she
right.
referenced, at one point, putting in 18 hours a day on some of her shots. It's just like
Yeah. Yeah.
crazy, amazing
Yeah.
stuff to be able to do that. So, but that's like the exception to the rule. And Vipul had one, which is actually asking about animation, advanced animation class. He's already a junior animator wanting to learn more.
Oh,
That
yeah.
sort of goes back to that advanced
Mhm.
placement side of things. So you could either, if you're already doing this kind of stuff and you've got a great demo reel, you could either look at maybe our cartoony animation for 3D animators, right? Really stretched out stuff going into that, or maybe even looking in some of our creatures courses. Or if you want to, sort of bolster up your demo reel with some of the stuff that we teach, you can actually apply for advanced placement and then submit your demo reel to us. And we'll just send that up the ladder to one of our mentors to look at and possibly get you
Yeah.
into an upper level advanced animation course if your work is good enough.
Yep. Now, one other thing I'll say about advanced placement too, as I mentioned, it's relatively easy to get accepted into Animation Mentor's character animation program.
Yeah.
However, advanced placement, we set the bar pretty high.
Yes.
We don't let people just kind of slide through like, oh, the basics, go on. No, we take a very, very close look at your demo reel, and we have a very high standard for understanding those 12 principles before you move forward into a next class. And so it is something to consider if you haven't had your reel reviewed by a professional animator before. This is a really good way to kind of level set and see where you're actually at,
Yeah.
compared to people that are working in the industry.
And Chris is like reading my mind right here, right? After completing Animation Mentor, there are additional courses that at AMU recommend. Yeah, totally. That cartooning for 3D animators again, and the creatures course, especially those two creatures courses. Most of the time, people start with locomotion and then
Right.
tie in the fight or flight afterwards. And
hmm
after doing the 6 courses, Chris, you can use your alumni discount and get 20% knocked off the price of that workshop, which is
Yep.
kind of a sweet deal if you ask me.
That's great.
Who doesn't want to fly dragon around? Cool. You know what? This is crazy off the subject. Avatar 2
Oh yeah.
coming out December. I've been waiting so long because we must have seen the first Avatar, I don't know, 5 or 6 times in the theater. Uh,
Yeah.
in 3D, it was amazing. And motion capture underwater. That's part of this new one.
Right.
So I'm waiting for this because I was wondering why it took so long for this movie to come out. And I was reading this little thread where it's like, oh, he was trying to make sure that underwater mocap, the technology for that was available and good enough to use. And so that's what's been sort of taking so long. So I am like next
Wow.
level excited. It's on my calendar for December. It's like December 22nd, I think is what it is.
Nice.
It's a must see. So I cannot wait to see that. So sorry, that was my squirrel of the day.
Squirrels.
Squirrel.
How appropriate. That's awesome. What else, you guys? Any other questions? We've got about 5 more minutes before we sign off. So please feel free to shoot us any questions. We're
look at
checking everything that
Janos'
you got here.
comment. That's a pretty good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, look at that. You too, Sir Wade. See that? See that in there too? That's awesome. Thank you.
We're great partners. We love working with Sir Wade.
Yeah. Very cool. Yeah, what else we got going? I mean, that's really we got our workshops we've covered. We know all about applications, start dates. Yeah, if you missed the June 27th offering for any of our 6-week workshops, don't worry about it. We've got other ones starting up on August 8th. Which is crazy because it feels like
Oh yeah,
2022 just began, sort of. But now we're like, I don't
I
know.
know.
I don't know where the time's going. Look, Chris, where to get my AM swag? I know. Hey, Chris, if you can make your way to Emeryville,
I was gonna say,
California,
yep.
you
If you can
know,
do that, might be able to do something for you.
might be able to do something. Get you one of these fresh Animation Mentor shirts, and
I know.
I have a bunch of WIA swag as well that we can throw your way. So this is cool.
So that's an interesting question. Not sure if you knew this, Confused Mari, but Animation Mentor has always been entirely online since the very beginning, 17 years ago. So we do not have a physical campus. We
Yes.
do have administrative offices in Emeryville, as Tim had just mentioned, but actually not too many people work there.
Yeah.
Occasionally,
Yeah.
we're an online school. People, do have the flexibility to work from all over
Yep.
the place. Our wonderful mentors teach from their home studios or various places here in the U.S. and around the world. Our cartoony animation workshop, he lives in Thailand and he teaches. So
Yeah.
yeah, so there are no plans to have in-person courses at this point for
Yeah.
Animation Mentor. Yeah.
Answer to Lisa Park: is it possible to do well in the classes working 9 to 5? I'll be honest with you, Lisa. A lot of our students work,
Yeah. Yeah. A
right?
lot of
A
them are
lot
full
of them
time.
juggle this. As
Hmm.
we have these, multiple schedules that we have available for our students to choose from. A lot of early morning. There's some afternoon schedules. There's evening schedules. So most of the students that are here end up working full time while taking our courses. Robert Goodnight, man, I appreciate you because I know you went through and navigated that whole veteran side of funding to get through Animation Mentor. I think you're still out here because I'm out in Fairfield. I remember we had a lot of discussions because you're out here in my neck of the woods as well. So appreciate you. So if you do have any sort of veteran questions regarding that, Robert Goodnight has a lot of knowledge on that stuff for sure.
Nice. I wanted to give a little preview of something else that we do here at Animation Mentor. Outside of our courses and things like that, we have some additional things that we do. And I just wanted to bring this up just because I saw it on
Yeah.
campus. Yeah, and we have visiting artists talking about the latest movies all the time. So we've got Nick Kondo and Tim Rutter talking about the Mitchells versus the Machines this Thursday, May 19th. Now, this is only available to Animation Mentor students, but this is one of the perks of becoming a student is getting to be right in the front seat here and ask animators, professional animators, questions about what it was like to work on those latest movies and films. So it's pretty cool. So you see this kind of stuff all over the
Yeah.
campus all
I
the time.
love that movie. And it's such a good movie. Yeah. That's a cool one.
It's cool.
Awesome.
I like how it
And
showed
yes,
up
Robert,
actually.
I'm out in Fairfield, man.
Nice, nice. Bear sightings out there.
Yeah, there are bear sightings, as you know, Robert. You've probably seen it on the news. Cool, cool.
Cool.
Good
What
thing.
else?
So,
You
yeah,
guys got any other questions? Any other thoughts? This is awesome.
yeah.
Really enjoying having this multiple platforms available now. It's great. We're going to be doing these live streams now about once a month since we're doing multiple platforms. So be sure to follow us. Let me bring up some of our, and just in case you don't know, you can follow us on all the platforms at
Oh,
Animation
there they
Mentor.
are.
Boom. And Facebook and Instagram. Lots of great stuff on Instagram, by the way.
Yeah.
And LinkedIn and YouTube and this
Chat,
and the chat. Yeah,
dude. It's been good.
it's been
Well,
pretty. It's
it's a mixed bag. We'll call it a mixed bag,
yeah,
right?
but yeah, myself and Tim, we're both here to help out, and answer questions. And I think that's something that's really unique to our school as well, is we actually have student success coaches, right?
Yeah, and look at there's Daniel. Daniel is the guy that I met on chat yesterday. He's in Scotland. We just
Oh,
happen
that's
to be
right.
chatting back and forth, and all of a sudden we're like,
Nice.
"Hey, Daniel, what are you doing?
Look at that.
Let's jump into the campus real quick and take you on a Zoom tour." And we cruised around campus
Nice, nice.
and did our thing. So hey, this is absolutely fabulous. Yeah, cool. Good to see you, Daniel. And he's another
Yeah,
LinkedIn guy. Fabulous.
nice, nice. Yeah, and some additional details. Lots of different ways to get a hold of us. As I mentioned, Facebook, Instagram, and you can actually call us. We're wearing our phones right here. You can call us. We answer the phone. We have phone lines to call. This is our phone number right here.
Look
Eight
at
seven seven 426 3628.
look at this guy, huh? I mean, I think it's a big deal because we didn't do that. I mean, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
It's just a
We
phone
we got
number, but it's
we
pretty
got
cool.
some new bells and window
Right, right,
whistles
right.
here.
It's kind of cool.
You can also email us directly too. That goes to admissions@animationmentor.com. Goes right to both of our inboxes. We check that every single day, even when we're not supposed to. Even when we're off, we check that. But
What
yeah.
about Hollywood's personal phone number in case they have questions?
Oh yeah, let me put that up
Yeah,
there.
put that up there real quick. She's Hollywood's like, no. That's so funny.
That's funny. But yeah, lots of ways to get a hold of us. Please reach out. It's been an absolute pleasure. This has been a lot of fun.
Has been.
Experimenting. With this new platform that we're using to stream to multiple platforms that we have here. And please stay in contact. Reach out to us if you have questions. We look forward to seeing applications coming in from you guys, and we hope you have a wonderful day.
Later, guys.
Take care, y'all.